Hello, Cryptonauts, and welcome back to another episode of Cryptocurrency Chat. I am your host, Jake Jabarelli. This is episode 447. Blockchain John is here, but he's not quite here, so don't worry about him. He's going to grunt in the background whenever he's ready to say something, because his voice is gone, and he sounds like a weirdo. So, let's get on to the news with Crypto Twitter. This week on Crypto Twitter, Musk and Dorsey text leaked. Do Kwon pleads further innocence. No, don't hurt me. I'm just a poor billionaire. Oh no. Let me boost this up so it's bigger so people can see it on YouTube video on their phones. All right. Bitcoin and Ethereum managed to escape a broader slide this week as the market briefly reclaimed $1 trillion market capitalization. XRP, Cardano, Chainlink, and Cosmos posted the biggest losses among the 20 leading currencies, but they're still doing okay. This week began on Crypto Twitter with Ukraine DAO, a decentralized autonomous organization that has so far raised millions for Ukraine's defense and relief work since the start of the invasion with Russia. Right, tweeting that it's up that's setting up an Iran DAO to support Iranian women, many of whom have been protesting against Iran's Islamist regime since the death of the activist Masha Amini in police custody on September 16th. Here is a tweet about the Ukraine DAO and Iranian DAO. The day hacker Corbin Leo made the elusive world of white hat hacking a little more transparent. A white hat hacker is typically a cybersecurity vigilante who finds vulnerabilities in code and exploits them, typically in order to claim a bounty for doing so. And here's Corbin Leo's tweet. Also on Monday, a cybersecurity researcher named James Edwards published a theory that last month's $160 million Wintermute hack was an inside job. Edwards' claims have yet to be corroborated by another blockchain experts, but some believe it's a certain possibility. And here's that tweet thread if you want to read it. On Tuesday, Cameron Winklevoss, who co-founded crypto exchange Gemini with his identical twin Tyler, weighed in on Bitcoin's recent decoupling from the stock market, which we will talk about later. And here's his tweet. Climate journalist Ketan Joshi on Wednesday posted a pretty damning observation about Bitcoin's carbon footprint. Ooh, think about all those other things we do with electricity. Anyways, FTX. This week, some big changes happened on the crypto exchange FTX. For a start, Brett Harrison, who joined FTX US as its first president back in May last year, announced he's stepping down already. Wow, it's only been a year. And moving into an advisory role. And here's his tweet thread. Head honcho Sam Bankman-Fried, SBF, tweeted farewell and sounded optimistic for FTX US push. Just a quick little bye, see you later, have fun. Akash Pasricha, a reporter for tech industry publication The Information, posted a brief analysis of FTX's fresh-faced team on Friday. And that's a little bit of a tweet thread right there, too. It's got third and fourth tweet. Do Kwon's still not running. He's still there, and no one's arrested him yet, apparently. Terra CEO Do Kwon wants everyone to know he's not feeling the heat from either the fuzz or his own conscience. When headlines emerged earlier this month saying a South Korean court had issued an arrest warrant for him for violating capital market rules while the Ministry of Finance was seeking to void his passport, Kwon reassured followers that he's not on the lam. Remember, he's Korean. He's not. Lam would be, a different nationality. On Wednesday, Kwon responded to rumors that he'd tried cashing out $67 million in Bitcoin a day after the warrant was issued. And here's his tweet. I'm going to read this. What probably has been the most surprising in all of this is the amount of misinformation that gets spread. Dang it, I didn't do that. Okay, stop talking about me. Elon's Twitter saga. Tesla and SpaceX CEO, if you didn't already know, Elon Musk is currently knee-deep in a lawsuit filed against him by Twitter. Surprise, surprise. For trying to back out of his deal to buy the social media platform. That's one of the first times that a man like Elon has backed out of anything. Just look at how many kids he has. As part of the legal discovery process, courts have released over 100 pages of correspondence between Musk and various others, including Twitter's Bitcoin-loving co-founder Jack Dorsey. Jack Dorsey and Elon Musk had this little bit of a bout here. Turns out even CEOs need help with their homework sometimes. Twitter's user Santosh Kumar took a cynical view of Musk's brevity. Not enough tweeting there, Mr. Twitter buyer. Anyways, yeah, this not a whole lot of news. Not some very much interesting news. The thing that personally finding most interesting is the thing about Bitcoin. Well, I hope we will get to that. I think we have yet. No, I didn't talk about it. Anyways, let's move on to coins. Since John will not be speaking, he's grunting. Can you guys hear him in the background grunting? This week in coins, Bitcoin, Ethereum escape broader market slide, as I said earlier. Let's move back to the top here. This, by the way, Tim Huckey tends to write these articles. This is on Decrypt, just as a note. On Tuesday, crypto fleetingly regained a $1 trillion market cap. The modest gains were wiped out on the following day by a brief crash, and coming into the weekend, Bitcoin and Ethereum are both basically flat over the past 7 days. That's better than some of the other notable names fared in this past week. XRP was down 5% in the past week, even after an incremental victory in the Ripple case against the SEC. That will allow Ripple's attorneys to see emails about former SEC official Bill Hinman's 2018 speech in which he labeled ETH not a security. Cardano down 7.5%, even after its Vasil hard fork. Solana down 5% after the network suffered a 3-hour outage on Friday, as they're prone to do. And Doge down 7%, whereas Avalanche down only 5%. Not a whole lot of drops, but mostly just sideways movement.
It surprises me that Cardano is down 7.5%, man. Considering that they just had a hard fork. I mean, yeah, I guess that's just the result of the bear market. Or is Cardano really a shit coin that nobody wants to deal with?
It's weird how much value Cardano has, and yet still has no value. It's this, multi-billion-dollar valued coin, and yet it still doesn't seem to be doing anything. Like,
what is it? Number 7, number 6?
Yeah, it's in the top 10. And it's been in the top 10 for a long time. Anyways, did any coins go up? Uniswap enjoyed a rally this week, about 9% in the last week. Reports that Uniswap Labs, the development team behind the leading DEX, is currently funding talks with one of Singapore's sovereign wealth funds alongside blockchain investment firm Polychain to strike a deal that could give Uniswap a $1 billion valuation. Is Uniswap essential? I thought it was a DeFi. Anyways, regulations. Call to regulate the crypto market are getting louder around the world. On Monday, Australia's central bank said in a white paper that the country's CBDC pilot should be completed by mid-2023. Wow, that's less than a year away. The pilot, which started in July, uses a blockchain currency called EOD, which utilizes JP Morgan's enterprise-grade private variant of Ethereum, Quorum, and at this point will not necessarily lead to a CBDC. The following day, Christine Lagarde of the European Central Bank, the Federal Reserve's Jerome Powell, or equivalent thereof, and Bank of International Settlements General Manager Augustin Carstens all called for a broader DeFi regulation during an online panel hosted by the Bank of France. During a fireside chat at NYU School of Law that day, Commodity Futures Trading Commission, or CFTC Chairman Rostin Benham, said that Bitcoin might double in price if traded in a CFTC-regulated market. The chairman added that the crypto industry had a massive opportunity for institutional inflows that will only occur if there's a regulatory structure. On Wednesday, 33 Paraguayan senators voted to reject President Mario Abdo Benitez's veto of a bill aiming to regulate Bitcoin mining in South American country. In July, Paraguay's legislator approved the bill to create a clear-cut tax and regulatory framework that would allow miners to know where they stand while operating in the country. That's very interesting. Additional news that these senators voted to reject the president's veto. So I guess they really want it. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. So yeah, there's the not so much change in the market, although we definitely see that Uniswap has gained a bit. So Ethereum killer Solana, which we talked about earlier, suffers another major outage. This is by Jason Nelson, also on Decrypt. A misconfigured node caused Solana network to stop processing transactions and go offline Friday, the fourth major outage of the popular blockchain since January, when it had a string of partial outages for most of that month, according to data from Solana. This outage comes 1 year after a nearly 18-hour outage last September, so about a year ago. Meanwhile, the crushing crypto winter has sent Sol, the number 9 coin by market cap, down 81% in 2022.
Wow.
At 7 p.m. Eastern on Friday night, Solana status site operated by the Solana Foundation, because Solana is centralized, it's not decentralized, posted that the network was experiencing degraded performance and that Solana developers were working on diagnosing the issue. Shortly after, Solana posted that the network is experiencing an outage and not processing transactions because it's centralized. Here's a tweet from them. What was causing the outage? It appears a misconfigured node, probably hacker, caused an unrecoverable partition in the network, probably hackers. The Solana validator behind StakeWiz.com tweeted about the incident. They translated further the decrypt over Twitter DM. A validator was running a duplicate validator instance, probably a hacker, meaning while it was their turn to produce a block, they produced one from each instance for the same slot, probably a hacker. Sorry I keep saying that. It's pretty glaringly obvious at this point. So some validators saw one block and some saw others, and couldn't agree on which one was correct. StakeWiz said that Solana codebase should have handled the issue, but for some unknown reason, it was unrecoverable partition or fork. They believe the misconfiguration was an accident. Probably a failed node failover setup. Blah, 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 blah. Sure, probably a hacker. Developers restarted the Solana mainnet network at the last confirmed slot of a really long number I'm not going to read. At the time of publishing, the reboot was 49% completed. The Solana has been down for 2 hours and 45 minutes as of its posting. What has Solana said about its outages? That's a good question. Solana Labs did not immediately respond to Decrypt's request for comment on this outage, while Solana execs have quibbled in the past with varying tallies in crypto media of the total number of outages. Founder Anatoly Yakovenko told Real Vision earlier this month that outages have been our curse. If you guys were centralized, you wouldn't have this problem. And pointed out that Bitcoin blockchain has at times in his history had hours between two blocks. Yes, that's true, but it's the grandfather of all blockchain. One of a new smart contract blockchains hyped as Ethereum killers. Solana, everything that comes out after the main thing is an Ethereum killer, right? No, Solana is a popular blockchain for minted unfungible tokens, NFTs, and decentralized applications. After Ethereum transitioned to proof of stake, now it looks just like Solana, right? It's going to have the same kind of problems. Solana is now number 3 proof of stake blockchain by market cap, behind Ethereum and Cardano. Like I said before, why is Cardano even in this list? But if it's going to grow and rival Ethereum, the network needs to stay up. Dude, get yourself some Viagra for blockchain.
If you ask me, I know people. So that's what I'm saying. With Cardano, I don't know anybody. I personally don't know anybody that uses Cardano.
I know people own
Solana, on the other hand, but Solana, exactly. But Solana, on the other hand, people use that all the time that I know of.
Mm-hmm.
But having it go down, that is a problem. That's a problem for sure.
Yeah.
That wouldn't surprise me. That wouldn't surprise me if that happens with Ethereum here in the near future.
At least we have Terra to look to see what not to do. Hopefully. No. Anyways, SEC. This is by Kate Irwin, also on Decrypt. SEC charges crypto firms for alleged scam with gold-backed Ethereum DIG token. Ruh-roh, Shaggy. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission hasn't forgotten about the 2017 ICO craze, and neither does John. The SEC filed charges on Friday against 4 men behind Bermudan company Arbitrade Limited, Canadian firm Cryptobonics Inc., and UAE-based Scion Trading for allegedly running a pump-and-dump currency token scheme worth $36.8 million between 2017 and 2019. The men behind the alleged scam claimed they had $10 billion worth of real gold bullion in a reserve, which would back their Ethereum-based crypto token, ironically named Dignity, or DIG. such dignity, certainly. Dig's makers claim that each of the 3 billion total Dig tokens was backed by $1 worth of gold, and that Dig tokens could be redeemed for the gold. The SEC alleged that Troy R.J. Hogg, James L. Goldberg, oh, he's got gold in his name, Stephen L. Braverman, and gold trader Max W. Barber defrauded customers by lying about the existence of the gold and pretending to hire accounting firms to audit this gold. According to the SEC filing, Dig was created by Russian developers in 2017. The token was then pumped from May 2018 until January 2019 via false and misleading press releases and press conferences. Yes, all bunch of BS. Notably, Dig was only available for purchase on Russian crypto exchange Livecoin. Very suspect. Well, later shut down in January 2021 due to an alleged hack. To make matters worse, Hogg, Goldberg, and Braverman allegedly sold Dig tokens at Livecoin and artificially inflated prices. Yeah, according to the SEC. The alleged fraudsters have been accused of violating numerous sections of the Securities Act of 1933. Because, that was a long time ago. It's almost 100 years ago. I mean, does that really mean anything anymore? And the Securities Exchange Act of 1934. The SEC wanted the accused to pay back all the profits earned or stolen during the alleged scheme, as well as additional civil money penalties. The SEC is also seeking an officer and a direct bar against the four-man, a restriction that would prohibit them from ever becoming officers and directors of a publicly traded company ever again. Yeah. Stop making Ponzi schemes. All right, on to Michael Saylor's Microstrategy. This is by Andrew Asmakoff. Microstrategy on hiring hunt, that is, they're on a hiring hunt for Bitcoin Lightning Network engineer. They're looking for someone to do Lightning for them. We want Lightning. We're already powerful. We need Lightning. Thor, Thunder. Oh, no, that's Thunder. We need Zeus. Microstrategy, the Virginia-based provider of software solutions known for using large amounts of company cash and debt financing to buy Bitcoin, is now seeking an engineer for Lightning Network-based products. The firm published the vacancy notice for the position on its website earlier this week. As a Bitcoin Lightning software engineer at MicroStrategy, you will build a Lightning-based SaaS platform providing... This is only one guy going to do this by himself, or girl? Enterprises with innovative solutions to cybersecurity challenges and enabling new e-commerce use cases, reads the vacancy announcement. The applicant should have experience building software solutions leveraging Bitcoin, blockchain, and Lightning Network over the decentralized finance technologies. Contributions to the development of... I'm not going to read this whole thing anyways. MicroStrategy started its Bitcoin... Well, we know who they were. Let's see. Earlier this month, speaking at the Baltic Honey Badger Conference in Riga, Michael Saylor, the former CEO of MicroStrategy, who stepped down, we know that already, said the firm's developers are working on solutions that would allow to onboard large numbers of people to the Lightning Network. Hey, awesome. Thanks, Mike. You're doing a great job. Describing Lightning as the most important thing going on in the world in technology. Saylor added that the business intelligence firm is searching for solutions that would enable businesses to roll out Lightning to 100,000 employees every day, or opening Lightning wallets for 10 million customers overnight. That's kind of a neat concept. I'm looking forward to seeing what he's trying to do here, but they're only hiring one person. Honestly, they should get a team. In another September interview in MarketWatch, Saylor said that his firm was interested in cyberspace and continued to spread Bitcoin. We're going to use our enterprise software skills to do just that. Saylor repeatedly touted the biggest and oldest cryptocurrency as a safe haven asset and digital gold. Decrypt has reached out to MicroStrategy for comment, but have yet to hear anything back. This is kind of interesting to me. It seems a little ployish, like they're like, hey, look at what we're doing. Come join us. We're trying to do as much marketing advertising as we can. But I don't disbelieve that Saylor's on a roll, and he really does. And he's got a right idea, in my opinion, because Lightning Network is pretty damn awesome. Right, John?
Yeah, he's been working on... that's why he stepped down as CEO of MicroStrategy,
Yep.
because he wants to focus more on Bitcoin and the Lightning Network. He's already talked about that. He's already talked about creating his own platform. There's already a white paper out that he created. So, this is just him taking the next step. He's taking it seriously, which I'm not surprised. And it doesn't surprise me, this article. He's one of the guys that if anybody in the crypto space, uh, Mikey is the one that I trust the best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's definitely. I mean, he wouldn't have purchased 130,000 Bitcoin if he didn't mean business. No one else has done that much,
Hmm.
at least that we know of. So, finally, Andrew Hayward writes, why Magic Eden is betting on NFTs disrupting the gaming industry. For many crypto advocates, video games offer one of the clearest use cases for NFTs. And I know, I play one of those games. EOS, Upland, Buy Property, it's pretty cool. They enable a user-owned economy that lets players resell and potentially profit from digital assets. Plus, tokenized interoperable assets can potentially be used across multiple games and online worlds. This is where NFTs really come into really cool functionality because it's separate from the company that made it. But there's one big problem. Many gamers absolutely hate NFTs, and I blame BYAC personally. Not just Axie Infinity. I mean, they had their problems, but it wasn't the game's fault. Vocal fans from the traditional gaming space have pushed back against companies like Ubisoft and Team 17 as they've explored the NFT space, and many view the industry as a hotbed for scams and speculation. The environmental impact of NFTs has been a common complaint as well, although the argument is effectively dead following the Ethereum merge. On top of that, some believe that game publishers will simply use NFTs as another way to extract even more value from players. The backlash to NFTs is similar to that levied against free-to-play games and downloadable add-on content when those respective business models were introduced, and now both are widely accepted industry standards. Amid the vitriol, NFT marketplace Magic Eden still sees long-term potential in gaming NFTs. Magic Eden, which launched 1 year ago, was valued at $1.6 billion in June, is leading the marketplace for Solana NFTs and recently expanded into the Ethereum market. On the latest episode of Decrypt's GM podcast, Magic Eden co-founder and CEO Jack Liu told co-host Daniel Roberts and Stephen Graves that despite the skepticism from players, he believes that NFTs unlock something completely new for gaming developers to build an economy and build a new business model on. It's kind of right if you look at Second Life. Magic Eden has supported a wide array of NFT-based gaming projects through both its Launchpad feature and secondary marketplace, including upcoming titles like SkateX Mini Royale Nations and BR1 Battle Royale. In July, the firm launched a gaming-focused venture investment arm with an aim to help lure game developers to Magic Eden. Part of the marketplace's approach to build simple integrations that developers can put the Magic Eden platform within their games. That way, users can buy and sell NFTs without leaving the in-game experience. Lou admitted that there's so much to unpack around gamers' perceptions of NFTs, including the presence of bad actors in the industry and the increasing financialization of digital assets. Also, as a nascent space built around decentralized technology, it's no surprise that many early NFT-powered games have been simplistic, falling short of some players' expectations. The Ethereum-based Axie Infinity, for example, is the biggest success story in the space with over $4 billion worth of NFT trading volume and the millions of active players at its peak last year. But monster battling gameplay was also decried for its repetitive nature, and the game's play-to-earn economy collapsed amidst growing hype. Also, the game's Ethereum bridge was hacked for $600 million worth of crypto, as we've covered many times on this show. As more and more the veteran gamer developers enter the Web3 space and start building, we could see richer NFT-powered experiences ahead, but it may take time. Large-scale video games often take years to build and are supported by sizable development teams. Lou said that his team is waiting for a few diamonds to come to shine. I know this is what's happening in Dynamo, so it's not that surprising. That is, great games that showcase NFT functionality to help spread adoption across the gaming industry. Great games take a long time to build. It takes vision, inspiration, a lot of dev time to build that much content, he explained. We are effectively waiting for the most promising game studios to have that time to build out their content and then work out what that secret sauce of how to use NFTs is. Lou suggested that once a few of those so-called diamonds hit the market and thrive, they'll serve as a case study to nudge other developers into the NFT space. He described it as a potential tidal wave that follows the paradigm shifts of the past in the gaming world, such as these shift to free-to-play games. I think John, you made a really good point about your NFT to access like a chat room. I think that um, one of the ways I was thinking of it was in the game that I've played for years, Blizzard, Blizzard Activision, anyways, the Warcraft game that's been online for now almost 20 years.
Mhm.
It's one of those examples of a game that could use NFTs. I'm sure Blizzard will never do it, or at least won't for a long time, if ever they do. But is the thing I was thinking about in particular was not just chat room access, but like authentication access. Now we talked about this, not just authentication to a particular chat room, which is just one way of looking at it, but like
Mhm.
trustworthiness. Like if you obtain an NFT within the game that took an immense amount of time to either get the pre-requirements to acquire, not so much purchase, then you'd have this incredibly valuable thing that would attach to you individually, but it would not attach to you as a person so much as your gameplay. And so it would recognize, like the way I look at it, but in particular is in World of Warcraft, the thing was the legendaries. Legendaries are really difficult to get. Well, they used to be really difficult. Now they're not so hard, but they're still very hard to get as far as gameplay is concerned. And I was thinking that in gameplay that could be something of value. In that sense, getting one of those difficult to obtain legendary items could, and it's absolutely worth a lot of money, particularly for players who play really, really high end stuff. And then they want to be able to change their characters. So it's like if you played a character up like a World of Warcraft character to a really, really high level, you can't not, according to the terms of service, sell that account and sell that character to somebody who has no skill and just wants the character. And why not make that something that people could do? Now, I know that the reason that Blizzard doesn't like doing it is because they don't like having to involve the outside economy in their inside economy, because then it kind of unbalances for people who just don't have money. But I think that in a proper NFT market, that could be an immense boon to the industry. So I do agree with Jack Liu on this ideal. So that's all we got for today's Sunday, the 2nd of October, 2022, episode 447. Let me just point out the CoinTree list here. If you guys appreciate our content, please feel free to donate through many of the various types here: Bitcoin, Ethereum, BAT, Litecoin, Flux, Monero, USDC, Doge, SNX, Cake, Stellar, Matic. And check us out on Discord, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Spotify. Of course, you could be watching us on Twitch, YouTube. But we also recommend Odyssey because it is blockchain-based media, and there's no ads. Also, Coinbase, Gemini, Cash App, etc., 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 all kinds of ways you can get in contact with, as well as Reddit at the very bottom. And if you'd like, you can purchase one of our great, awesome t-shirts, Stack Sats and HODL, as well as Diamond Hands, and then our company logo t-shirt, Stack Sats and HODL, with the script on the back. So, as we always say at the end of the show, and I'm sorry John can't participate today because he's feeling a little under the weather, thank you all for listening. Stack Sats and HODL. Adios.